leaders. This in order to maintain peace in the region. The ban has now been extended till 10th of December. Interestingly, the ban extension arrived on a day a 15-member delegation from the Samajwadi Party was due to visit the district. The Samajwadi Party delegation claims that its aim was to gain more information about the violence that erupted at the time of the court-ordered survey of the Shahi Jama Masjid. It should be noted that security has also been heightened in the area. Also, CNN News 18 has accessed a new video of the Sunday violence in Sambhal during the survey of the Jama Masjid. In this latest video that you can see on your screen, the CCTV footage shows some people who are seen on that CCTV instigating the entire crowd. Samajwadi Party has now claimed that the police officers are being sent to the residences of the party leaders. Akhilesh Yadav, in fact, has questioned the Yogi government over the imposition of BNS 163. This is the order imposed to block outsiders from Sambhal until 10th of December. Now, on the investigation front, a judicial commission constituted by the Uttar Pradesh governor will be visiting Sambhal on Sunday and will be accompanied by the Sambhal SP and district magistrate. So, at a time when the situation in violence hit Sambhal remains extremely fragile and has the potential to create a domino effect with other similar cases challenging the religious nature of other mosques, the big question we are posing tonight: who is stoking tensions with politics?
फिलहाल माता प्रसाद पांडे अपनी गाड़ी में बैठे हुए नजर आ रहे हैं और चारों तरफ से पुलिस की टीम ने उन्हें घेर रखा है। लगातार पुलिस के अधिकारी अपील कर रहे हैं कि आप यहीं रुकिए, क्योंकि संभल में अभी नेताओं की एंट्री पर रोक लगाई गई है।
इतनी तैयारी फोर्स की अगर पहले होती तो इतनी बड़ी घटना नहीं होती। लोगों को न्याय का भरोसा दिलाना इस सरकार की जिम्मेदारी है।
अफसोस है, हमें ऐसी उम्मीद नहीं थी कि इस प्रकार से हमें रोका जाएगा। मैं इसकी निंदा करता हूँ। बड़ा अफसोस है कि इस टाइप की सरकार अब पुलिस प्रशासन की करतूतों पर पर्दा डालने के लिए इस टाइप की ये इलीगल काम कर रहे हैं।
तो संभल के अपराधी हैं वो सब समाजवादी हैं। अखिलेश यादव जी को प्रदेश की, देश की जनता से माफ़ी मांगनी चाहिए। हर स्थिति में हम वहाँ कानून के राज को मेंटेन करेंगे।
And our esteemed panelists today are Mr. Vikram Singh, who is a former DGP of Uttar Pradesh, Anila Singh, who is a spokesperson for the Bharatiya Janata Party, and Mr. Ghanshyam Tiwari, who is the spokesperson for the Samajwadi Party. Ghanshyam, we've seen that video today, which is, of course, testimony to the kind of instigation that has taken place. The situation also remains extremely fragile in Sambhal. Why would the Samajwadi Party still accuse the state government of being anti-democratic, being autocratic and violating the Indian Constitution?
Good evening to you, my fellow co-panelists and the viewers. The Batenge Katenge party that now runs the central government, as well as the Batenge Katenge leader who runs Uttar Pradesh, right now is not allowing the parliament to discuss Sambhal because the Prime Minister and his partymen wants to save Adani. As far as Samajwadi Party is concerned, we created a very respectable panel that would ensure that the voice of people are heard. The panel included leader of Vidhan Sabha Pratipaksh, it included the leader of Vidhan Parishad, included the Samajwadi Party president, it included 5 members of parliament, it included 4 MLAs. Now, the Batenge Patenge party is so scared that when these public representatives, whose voice they are stifling in the parliament to save Adani, they will not succeed, but that is what they are doing. When they wanted to visit Sambhal to ensure that the Batenge Katenge model will not succeed, they stopped them. What a shame that an administration that has blood on its hand, because of whose hasty and unprepared measures people are dead, is not allowing the public representatives to be there, speak the truth and wipe the tears of those who are terrorized by the Batenge Katenge party.
All right, I see
This is the
Ashish
shame that India
Dixit,
faces.
renowned Supreme Court lawyer, has also joined us, and I will in fact come to you, Ashish, as well. But Ghanshyam, you know, you're calling the state government a Batenge Katenge party, but you know, in that delegation was also a certain Ziaur Rahman Bak, who's also gone on to talk about how this Jama Masjid was and will remain, and has in fact resorted to some very provocative language. He's also, as we all know, he's already been accused of doing so by the Uttar Pradesh police. Why would you in fact just call them Batenge Katenge? Because the misrepresentation and the misinformation has also taken, you know, is taking place at the hands of the Samajwadi Party. We've seen how Bark has been talking about, he's misleading people by saying that this is a site which comes under Places of Worship Act, whereas that's not the case. It is an ASI protected site.
Batenge Katenge is the slogan of the Chief Minister.
Well, we
himself.
all know that.
Please allow me to complete. So when you question me on why I am calling Batenge Katenge, BJP holds Batenge Katenge as a badge of honor. This is their slogan. The Prime Minister endorses their slogan. They claim that they had a victory in Maharashtra, an inexplicable victory, because Batenge Katenge worked. So I am not wrong. It is an honor for BJP to be called
Okay,
Batenge
you
Katenge.
said what you
The
said.
model is called Batenge Katenge.
Adela saying
And
that
if a
is
member of
what
parliament
even
goes to the
Akhilesh Yadav
constituency,
is saying, that today, since this ban has been extended till 10th of December, it's a reflection of the misgovernance by your party, which is the state government at the moment. And why should in fact their delegation, which meant to check in on this situation on ground level, be stopped from doing so? At the same time, Akhilesh Yadav has also questioned why did the administration dare to in fact conduct a second survey? Why were BJP workers assisting the Advocate Commissioner and the ASI team at the time of the survey?
My Ram to all, and why Mr. Akhilesh Yadav ji is trying to become Karamchand or James Bond or Bomkesh Bakshi. The reality is he is failed in his attempt to create communal violence in Western Uttar Pradesh, and with the timely effort of Uttar Pradesh police, especially if I talk about the Muradabad Division Police and Administration, they controlled the situation. It was a clash of clans. Clash of clans of whom? Samajwadi Party's Member of Parliament and Samajwadi Party's MLA. And the blueprint was initially given by the Akhilesh Yadav that whenever the survey team is going to come, you start creating ruckus and then riots so that we can pinpoint Bharatiya Janata Party on it by saying that your government sent the survey team, and because of that communal tensions were created and it was followed by the riots. So this was the blueprint of Akhilesh Yadav. Now they want to take a delegation and want to give second blueprint to the leaders there. They want to settle down the accounts there. They want some sort of harmony should prevail in between the MP and the MLA there. Do you think Yogi government is going to allow? And secondly, I must tell Mr. Tiwari, if you do not have much knowledge about Mr. Adani, you should go and read his history, that during whose tenure, it was UPA's tenure, when his business rose to heights. And secondly, he is a employment generator. And we totally welcome that, because our nation, our country needs more and more employment. And thirdly, let me tell you, the deep states and political parties like Congress and Samajwadi Party, they target Adani because he keeps on challenging China for the contracts. He is rising, he is growing, and that is the biggest problem with the Congress and the Samajwadi Party. So I am not going to digress the topic. I just want to say one thing here. Just now he mentioned Katenge Batenge, they carry like a badge on the chest.
That is also because Anila, they are saying that it is I just want to insert, I want to insert the sub question that they are saying BJP doesn't want peace and that you are complicit along with the administration in creating this unrest.
See, Bharatiya Janata, first of all, let me complete the statement. He's the gentleman from Samajwadi Party. He said they carry Batenge Katenge, they carry it like a badge on the chest. No, we carry it as a crown on our head. Crown on our head. Understood? हम अपने सर पर रखकर चलेंगे. जो चाहो कर लो. Secondly, they are talking about the peace. For them, पीस का मतलब PIECE, टुकड़े टुकड़े कर दो, हिंदुओं के टुकड़े कर दो, मुसलमानों के टुकड़े कर दो. For us, it is PEACE, peace. We follow that. And all the people, all the political parties, any institute, if they're going to do something which disturbs the peace of Uttar Pradesh, let me tell you, posters भी लगेंगे. पंगा तो ले लिया है दंगा करके. Now be prepared for the consequences and tell your leader, stop conspiring.
दंगा शांत कौन करेगा is also the question.
योगी कर रहे हैं, देख ले, everything is under control.
I think I must commend the courage of BJP spokesperson Anila ji, who I respect. One, she said, and I quote, Adani is our employer. That is our charge. The entire BJP believes in it. Second.
I think we are now diluting this discussion. No, I don't want to dilute this discussion.
Second, she said that they hold Batenge Katenge as a crown on their head. When the sitting government says that they hold Batenge Katenge as a crown on their head, a man who has sworn as on the
Ghanshyam and Anila, I have given you both ample time to speak right at the opening of this debate. Please be gracious enough to allow the other gentlemen awaiting their turns. Mr. Vikram Singh, thank you so much for being so patient. I want to ask you, we've seen how fragile the situation has been. The Samajwadi Party, in fact, has not just been urged by the Divisional Commissioner of Moradabad, but also by the District Magistrate there to cooperate, because we've all seen how after much effort, after discussions with clerics, they've ensured that Friday namaz prayers in fact take place. There was also the flag marches by the police. The district magistrate had to go for inspection. Now, what the Samajwadi Party is doing, is this caution or is this political tourism?
Akanksha ji, good evening, and good evening, fellow esteemed panelists. I would say that this is the standard operating procedure from the days that I joined service in 1974 till date, that whenever there is a communal or any other serious law and order violation, local authorities take pains to ensure that there is no entry of outside elements. More so of the elements who are accused of making inflammatory statements. ये छोटी अदालतें हैं, देश में आग लगा देंगी. ये छोटी अदालतें हैं. पुलिस वाले 2-2, 3-3 हथियार लेके चलते हैं. I don't know where this bizarre and nonsensical ideas come to people. If this is, and in your show itself, I think the temperature rising, but to a prowess and your maturity, you cool down the temperatures. If this can happen in your esteemed studio, what will happen to Sambal if vitriolic people manage to gain access? The authorities have enough job at hand and enough on their plates to keep them busy. CCTV footages, rounding up the accused, getting the investigation done, rehabilitating those who have been disturbed. And also, you very rightly mentioned, this is just not the right time for any political jamboree. It is best avoided. The fragile law and order situation that exists there, it is best that the local officers are given a free hand and not to be embroiled in VIP bandobast and arrangements, because we have had so many pearls of wisdom coming out with such vitriolic statements that it is best avoided. And this is the time that perhaps I do hope that 10th December does not become 25th December. Everybody needs to cooperate, and this political jamboree should be avoided at all costs.
Ghanshyam Tiwari, I'd like to bring you in quickly before I go to Ashish, because the big question is that we've seen how, say, Ziaur Rahman has taken to X, talking in a very provocative language about the Jama Masjid there. But why hasn't a single word or an appeal for peace come from your party?
It is very rich for a very decorated and learned officer to call a party vitriolic, where the headline ran when Mr. Adityanath became the chief minister, that I am quoting the media, that Ajay Singh के ऊपर नए CM होंगे, उनके ऊपर संगीन मुकदमे हैं. Mr. Vikram Singh, I respect him, can say that 153A is not a badge of honor. 295 is not a badge of honor. 506 is not a badge of honor. And 307, Hatya ka prayas, attempt to murder. These are not badge of honors that were there on Adityanath. When leaders, when he is calling out vitriolic, let us call a spade a spade. The Batenge Katenge people, the BJP spokesperson on your show, you took exception to my statement. She did not. BJP spokesperson, national spokesperson is saying the same thing that Adityanath is saying, that the Prime Minister is saying, that Batenge Katenge is not just a badge of honor, it's a crown on our head. What
Vikram Singh, how would you like to respond? I'm sure Anila also. Right, I'm running short of time. Let's listen to what I will, Anila. Let me first listen to what Vikram Singh has to say. Vikram Singh.
Mr. Ghanshyam Tiwari ji is a very mature and a learned spokesperson, and I respect him, salute him. But when I was in my nursery rhyme, one was united we stand, divided we fall. Ekta mein samarth aur shakti. There was nothing wrong that there was no Babri or there was no Sambal then at that point of time. This is something that is part of our DNA. We should be united as a nation, as a society. Batenge to katenge. How you interpret it, whether I see nothing wrong in that. Now coming to the fact, then the next allegation can be, perhaps I have political ambitions. I have none. It is too late in the day at my station of life even to think of anything. That the only journey that I am assured of is to the cremation ground.
All right.
So no question of. Thank you so much.
Anila Singh.
All right, I just have to say two things here. When you came to me first, I had said, I gave you the full form of peace, the words peace. For us, it is PEACE. For them, it is by PIECE. Just now, Mr. Tiwari endorsed that. For them, batenge katenge is कि टुकड़े 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 कर दो. और हम जो कहते हैं भाई यूनाइटेड रहो, बटोगे तो कटोगे. सो दिस इज अ थॉट प्रोसेस ऑफ समाजवादी पार्टी एंड भारतीय जनता पार्टी. एंड सेकेंडली, आई जस्ट वांट टू से दिस इज a Hindu-phobic, Bhagwa-phobic political party. That is why instead of calling a person who has renounced everything, he has become a yogi. Though I'm sure he doesn't understand the meaning of yogi. He is calling Ajay Bisht, Ajay Bisht, Ajay Bisht. And all the muqadmas, all the cases are political. So anybody, can go ahead and say, okay, इन्होंने तो कत्ल किया, इन्होंने गुंडागर्दी की. Doesn't mean that person is done.
The ones who are sitting in glass houses don't pelt stones at others. Are you forgetting Mr. Prajapati? Are you forgetting Atiq Ahmed and their political affiliations?
And Mr. Mulayam Singh Yadav.
I'm sure you.
Mr. Mulayam Singh Yadav.
I'm sure you will agree that you've had a party. You are associated with a party which is related to convicted rapists, which has its own chiefs supporting rapists, saying कि लड़के हैं उनसे तो गलतियां हो जाती हैं.
Akansha, with all due
if we have to, मैंने कहा ना
Akansha, we don't need you to be a spokesperson.
No, I'm not being a spokesperson.
Please allow me to say what I'm saying.
Exposing the hypocrisy of your party.
Without facts, Mr. Prajapati supports Bharatiya Janata Party. Do you know that?
Where was he earlier?
Right now, please allow me to complete. BJP is at a stage where you cannot defend them.
No, I'm not defending them.
No,
I am raising questions. My duty is to expose hypocrisy, to expose double speak.
That exposes BJP.
So you did that. I am letting you speak.
Allow me to complete. They use Ram Rahim's parole. He sought vote for BJP in Haryana. They are the party who stands behind Brajbhushan Charan Singh. They are a defenseless party for the shameful acts that they commit. But as far as the learned Vikram Singh ji is saying, that he is saying that Batenge Katenge of Adityanath is a call for unity, I think he is mistaking the common sense of the viewers.
The assembly elections are over. Stop using those slogans of election campaigning. Just move beyond
BJP
this.
spokesperson
Let's
is
talk
holding
about
it as a crown
Sambal.
on
We
their
have
head.
a more fragile situation at hand.
The BJP spokesperson is holding it as a crown as their head.
When the Muslim side was representing, I think it was during the Gyanvapi case, when the case was presented to former Chief Justice of India, D.Y. Chandrachud, the Muslim side had said that till when will the Supreme Court or the High Court or even the lower courts in fact keep entertaining these frivolous petitions, to which D.Y. Chandrachud had said that what's frivolous for you could be faith for others. But where's the middle line? Everybody is asking which mosque is going to be the last mosque. Because, I'm sure you'll agree that when the Ayodhya verdict had come, it had said that the Ayodhya judgment is a sample case with regards to the past and the future of India's history. I'd like your thoughts. Where will this conflict end?
See, when the Supreme Court said that what may be something wrong for you is faith for the other side, it meant that the person who seek that they have their some religious rights in the place where they want to establish whether this is a Shiv Mandir or not, Act itself, the 1992 Act itself, does contain some exceptions which under which these suits are filed.
Yes.
And we must understand that these are processes of law. It's not something a judge is issuing summons and issuing court commission orders on the basis of some political ideology. It is something which is, in the opinion of the judge, is permissible under the law. You may have your grievances with that, but the right way is to challenge in the higher court, which I think the Muslim side has done it. They have gone to the Supreme Court. An order has been passed. Till the time High Court decides, you will not proceed with the matter. And I'm afraid why much hue cry is being made about this court commissioner thing. It is something which is very routine in court of law. Every day court commissioners are appointed. And one more thing which is very important is the plea of the Hindu side, which says that the masjid in question is an ASI site. It is in 1920 it was notified by ASI.
True.
To which the act does not apply. The 1992 Act does not apply, and it says that the sites which are notified by ASI will not be covered under those 92 Act. So, keeping those things in mind, the court is looking into the matter, and it would be in the fitness of the things if we let our courts function.
No, that is true. You are giving a very meritorious legal argument, but you know, as a chronicler, as an observer, as a journalist, my duty is to ask you, is it not high time for Supreme Court to now intervene when it comes to these mosque dargah surveys that are also being ordered left, right and center by the lower courts? Many are asking because they are, you know, I have to present the other side of the view. The Muslim side is of the view. I will. But first, listen to my question. The Muslim side is of the view that such kind of petitions are challenging the preambular structure of the constitution and that it is threatening the secular fabric of the nation. And is it time for Supreme Court to now intervene when it comes to the role that lower courts are playing?
See, Supreme Court or the lower court will act within the four corners of law. That is well known. Now the Supreme Court has examined this act and come to a conclusion. It does not put a restriction on ascertainment of the character of the religious place. That was the judgment given by Justice Chandrachud. In the act also there are exceptions included, such as that those places which were notified by the ASI will not fall on this. The places where the puja was being done till 1991 will not be covered by this. So the courts are looking into this. It is not the case that in every mosque where there is a dispute that the parties are saying that it used to be a Hindu temple or something like that, the courts have issued notices. If the matter is covered by the exception and the law laid down by the Supreme Court, only then courts will issue notice. And when you say that Supreme Court should intervene and shut down all these cases, don't you think it is interfering in the right of the majority of this country, or maybe not majority, I should not use that word, maybe of someone who want to claim their legal right? Can courts say that because we are going to totally shut your legal right? It is not going to affect those people's fundamental right to at least approach the court and see the legal outcome of their case. They are not doing something on these streets.
I'd like to give.
They are using the legal mechanism of the courts to give them the finding that whether the religious structure is there or not.
And ascertaining the religious nature of a place.
Ascertaining. They are not saying that you change the structure or you do or you destroy the structure. They are saying let us have this satisfaction of ascertaining that what this structure truly believes, because most
perhaps
of the people
that's their way of ensuring post-colonial justice, maybe. And yes, Ghanshyam, I see you want to make a point. Ghanshyam?
Well, because a lawyer is saying, I think there is a reason to value it, but there's also a reason to fact check it. I quote from the Indian Express yesterday. The suit was presented on November 19, and on the same day, the trial court in an ex parte order allowed the request for appointing an advocate commissioner for a survey of the mosque. And how long did it take for a Katinge government to conduct this survey? November 19, the ex parte order is passed, and in a hot haste, the survey is immediately completed. And that doesn't, and further, the court also gave no reasons for right. Any terms
I
of
need to wrap up, but I'm going to quickly give Ashish 30 seconds. Yes, heard your point. Ashish, 30 seconds. No, I got your point. Ashish, how would you like to respond to that? I'm running short of time. Ghanshyam, please allow him time. Ashish, 30 seconds.
I think Mr. Tiwari is well aware, and I'm not sure why he's not telling it. Every day, ex parte orders of commission and stay orders are passed. It is not something new which has been
Five
done.
people are dead,
You
sir.
may have your
This is
grievance
not a-
whether
this is not a
administration has done
armchair
it in a
debate.
hasty manner or not.
Five-
but to
five
cast
people are dead.
aspersions on
Somebody
court
has to own the
that why court
responsibility.
has done it in an ex parte basis, it is the practice of
Five
the court.
people are dead.
Ex parte
Somebody has
orders
to
can
own
be
it.
All
passed.
right, I'm
You
sure
can read
we'll
the law,
know
civil
in the
procedure
days
is very
ahead
clear.
after all the
And the
evidence that
problem
is
is
being
you don't
gathered by
read
the
the
district
legal
administration in terms
You
of
read the
what
orders
led to
first.
the death of those 5 people, who's responsible for that mob fury on the streets of Sambhal. I'm sure there's enough evidence being collected by the authorities. We are nobody to pass that judgment right now. Many thanks to you, Anila, and the gentleman for joining in on the Saturday debate. And with that, it's a quick wrap. Thank you so much for watching.
Now let's walk you up to speed with the developments with regards to Cyclone Fengal. Red alert has now been issued across several parts of Tamil Nadu. This comes as cyclonic storm Fengal over the Bay of Bengal is likely to make a landfall today close to Puducherry with the wind speed up to 90 kilometers per hour. This region is predicted to experience changes in weather, including high tides and heavy rainfall. All the schools and colleges will remain closed on Saturday in Puducherry and various districts of Tamil Nadu, including Kanchipuram. A red alert has also been issued in view of heavy to extremely heavy rainfalls in several parts of Tamil Nadu, South Andhra Pradesh, Kerala and interior Karnataka as well. As of now,